Hey, welcome. A lot of us grew up with this playbook, a set of rules our parents and grandparents gave us for how the world is supposed to work. But what do you do when you realize the game has completely changed and your playbook is, well, obsolete? That's what we're getting into today. This major clash between the values we were taught and the world we're actually living in.
And this quote right here, it just cuts straight to the point, doesn't it? It's a pretty tough pill to swallow. This idea that respect isn't about who you are as a person anymore, it's about what you have. This is the big idea we're going to unpack together.
So, let's just rewind for a second. Let's go back to the beginning, to those lessons that really shaped a lot of our thinking. Think of it as the original moral compass we were handed to find our way in life.
We were taught that being a good person was the whole point. The deal was simple. If you had good character, you did good things for people, you thought good thoughts, society would respect you for it. It was a pretty straightforward moral equation.
And this right here is the disconnect. This is the conflict in a nutshell. On one side, you've got the world we were told to believe in, where character is king. And on the other, you've got, well, today, where it seems like the only thing that really matters is how much money you have. The currency of respect has literally shifted from character to cold, hard cash.
So let's talk about this new reality we're in. And listen, we're not talking about some small adjustment here. The source material for this explainer calls it a total, complete reversal of everything we were taught.
Okay, I know the slide says 360 degrees, but what we're really talking about is a complete 180, a total flip. The old world has been turned completely upside down, and we're standing in a new landscape where the old maps are basically useless.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? The old rules just don't apply. The argument here is that if you don't adapt, if you keep trying to use that old map in this new territory, you're just going to get left behind. You're going to be lost.
Which leads to a really tough question, right? What happens to the good person in this new world? What's the price you pay for sticking to that old playbook?
Well, instead of being respected, the person who is selfless and kind is often just seen as foolish. People see kindness and they think, oh, this person is naive. They become a target, someone to be taken advantage of. It's wild. The person who cheats others but has a ton of money gets all the respect, while the person who genuinely helps people is looked at like they're crazy.
The source actually has a name for this era. It calls it the Kali Yuga, which is a concept from Hindu cosmology. And it's basically described as an age where everything is backwards. The moral laws are inverted. You do good things, you get bad results. Meanwhile, the people doing wrong seem to be winning. It's a time where the reward for your good deeds might come so late, you're not even around to see it.
So if being good isn't the key to navigating this world anymore, what is? Well, the new law of the land is brutally simple. Money is power. That's it. That's the main tool you need.
This little story from the source material just illustrates it perfectly. Picture this. A couple rolls up to a restaurant on a bicycle. They walk in, crickets. Nobody pays them any attention. Then a big fancy car pulls up. The guard literally runs to open the door for the person getting out, hoping for a fat tip. It's not about the people. It's about what they're projecting. That car screams money, and money commands respect.
And the power of money goes way beyond getting good service. We're talking about real power. The power to control people. The power to bend the rules. To make sure you never face the consequences for your actions. And, ultimately, the power to get pretty much whatever you want in life. Money has become the master key that unlocks every single door.
Now, I know this all sounds incredibly cynical and bleak, right? But the message here isn't to just give up and become a bad person. Not at all. It's actually a call to action. It's a call to wake up, to empower yourself, and to stop being a victim of this system.
And there's a serious warning here against getting complacent. That whole mindset of, I'll just earn enough to get by. That's a dangerous way to think now. Because in this world, if you're only aiming for just enough, you're one bad day away from having absolutely nothing.
So what's the solution? Focus on becoming capable, so successful, so powerful that people don't have a choice but to respect you. They might not like you, they might not respect the person deep down, but their circumstances will force them to show you respect. Your capability will demand it.
And this is really the final push. It's about breaking free from those stories we tell ourselves that where you start is where you have to finish. The message is loud and clear. Don't just sit there and accept your circumstances. Get up. Do something. Build a new reality for yourself.
And so that leaves us with this final, very provocative question. We've just explored a world where the path of being good and the path of being powerful seem to have split. The source material is essentially saying the choice is up to you. So what do you choose? What's more important in the world we live in today?